Alright, welcome back to Skyrim. So last time we went to the college, purchased some new spells, and just picked up a task while here, which was Jazargo's experiment here. He gave us some scrolls that we need to test. This time, Morris actually has a little bit of a different plan, though. He wants to go and speak to the Jarl of Winterhold to see if maybe some more diplomatic relations could be established between the college and the city. Perhaps lower tensions a little bit. Like, maybe he could even, like, get a title of Thane, that kind of thing. Inspired by, you know, Sidgeir Falkreath offering him a title. So yeah, that's what we're going to do first, and if he doesn't want to establish that sort of diplomatic connection, then we are going to head towards Solitude and look for a ruin on the way where we can test Jazargo's scrolls, which I already have an idea of which ruin that is, and Morris does too, because he saw that ruin on the way to Winterhold for the very first time. So yeah, we're going to go and speak to the Jarl, see if he has any work for us, and perhaps get started on that little diplomatic relationship. Yeah, Morris has a strong emphasis in his character of wanting to prove that not every spellcaster is bad or weak. So he's going to see if he can maybe get through to this big-headed man.
What's your business here in Winterhold?
Does it really matter? That's probably not the best way to start this conversation, but still.
It does. The college has caused enough problems. Don't need you or anyone else adding to them. If you're not here for the college, then you've little other reason to be in Winterhold at all.
Yeah, so you're the Jarl. Is there anything that you need help with?
Winterhold has lost much of its history, and with that much of its power. I aim to change that. I've heard rumors of the resting place of the Helm of Winterhold. The very same helm that Jarl Hansa wore in the First Era. Hansa was in line to be High King of Skyrim, you know. Having that might get the ear of the other holds, and give me some authority.
Yeah, I can recover that helm for you.
Good. I'll have a sum of gold waiting for your return.
Hellas Folly. I believe it's a ship ruin. Okay, yeah, it's closer to Dawnstar. Perhaps on the way we can actually hit that ruin that I was talking about, which is Ingvild here, because we did pass it. And we saw the ancient Nordic architecture. Whoops. If you're wondering why I do the FOV 90, it's because when you open the map, sometimes your hands get messed up with your custom FOV. But yeah, we can head in that direction, perhaps clear out the ruin on the way and test out Jazargo's scrolls. We also can test out our new apprentice priest summon. And then also get some more thorough tests of Sacred Bolt here. There's also the Tomb of Ysgramor, but I know out of character that we can't get in there right now. Well, that's not the Tomb of Ysgramor, that is. There's also that place, but it's more out of the way. We actually have a task that's taking us this way. And if we didn't get a task from the Jarl, then, as I think I said earlier in the video, I actually might not have said it, now I'm thinking about it. But as I probably said, we would be going to Solitude to deal with Thoron, with the Saints and Seducers Creation Club content. We also can test out Ironflesh, our newest mage armor spell, which should give us a nice bonus. In fact, if I cast that real quickly, oops, our armor rating is 200 because of our mage armor perks. So that is very nice. This water is going to be cold, so I'm going to blink across. Hopefully you can catch up, Lucian. A little shrine to Talos here. And a lighthouse way up there. The importance of where? Interesting. Got a little campsite there. Just gonna go over the ice with Blink. It is a little bit silly to be expected to walk over ice flows like that. That would be extremely precarious. Shelly, Your ship should have arrived weeks ago, and I fear the worst has happened. I've set up camp on this rock as your ship should pass by here, and hopefully one of these days we'll be together again. If you're reading this, I'm probably out hunting or bringing in some supplies. I'll be waiting here until I see your face again. Faithfully yours, Trius. Well, that went well. Maybe we should take a look at that lighthouse while we're here, actually. Kind of a spur-of-the-moment decision that goes against the plan that I had for the episode, but hey, I'm kind of feeling adventurous. We can try out the scrolls afterwards. Right now, Mauritius sees it and he's like, oh, that's an interesting place. I want to just take a look. I, of course, know there's a little bit more to it, but I digress. Sorry, Lucien, you're going to have to catch up again. I'm just going to blink across this chasm. There we go. Very useful spell. It's one of my favorites from the spell mod that I'm making. We are getting a blizzard currently, so it's going to be nice to get inside. Maybe we can headcanon, in fact, that the blizzard started a little bit earlier, so Morse just thought that maybe he could get some shelter at that lighthouse. Yeah, we'll go with that from a narrative standpoint. It makes more sense. It's a pretty intense blizzard, too. Covering our face. Yeah, this is a mod. Oh gosh, I forgot the name of it. But it makes it so that blizzards are more intense and you kind of cover your face from it as well when it kicks up. Kind of reminiscent of the ash storms from Morrowind. In fact, I have another mod for Solstheim which has the same effect, but for ash storms. I don't remember what that was called either. Frostflow Lighthouse. There's a dead horse outside. Doesn't really bode well, but maybe it just died of the cold and the occupants are okay. I guess we'll see when we get inside. Hope they don't mind me having a look in their shed. Stealing their potions, too. Sorry, throat is still a bit dry because I've been doing a lot of recording today. I am hydrating, though, so it's okay. That's not a good first sight, Lucien. Hab's journal. Yeah, I'm not going to read these journals. I just don't feel like doing the long read right now. So if you know the story of this place, you know it. I'm sure many of you do anyway. Might read some of the shorter things, though. Yeah, this one's short. Sudi, I know you've been making up that stuff about noises in the basement and trying to get me to stay, but I'm only waiting until Father gets home and Mother are safe. You could always come and meet up with me before I head back to Hammerfell. Take care of yourself, little sister, Manny. I believe this is the journal that informs us that there's a key in the urn as well. Fun fact as well, in my very first playthrough of Skyrim, this place was my very first encounter with Chorus. So yeah, it was quite the first impression, let's just say. And so this place actually, it has some sentimental, nostalgic attachment in my memory. Well, it was either that last journal or this one that mentions the key in the urn. Torch bug in a jar. I'll take that. Pretty grisly sight. Careful, Lucien. Go scout ahead, Magnus. I got this one. That is if I don't get poisoned to death. Ooh, a head injury, that's rough. Let's just get that healed before we run out of magicka. Lucian is paralyzed. You okay, buddy? You'll be fine. Yeah, he's getting up. Alright, and this leads into a cave. So I guess the chorus were banging on that wall trying to get in, and they eventually did. See if there are any survivors down here, although I quite frankly doubt it, Lucian. These things are pretty horrible. Why are you coming for me, not my skeleton? You fool. Although I say fool, but it's really kind of the smart thing to do, because I summon the skeleton, you kill me, you kill the skeleton. And Morris has decided that right now he wants to be Peckish. Right now, of all times. When we're dealing with horrible, disgusting monstrosities. Oh well, I shall indulge Morris's hunger with a meat pie. Oh, I guess there's no animation for eating that meat pie. That's fine. Actually, the barrier spell is going to be very useful here. I didn't even think about that because it can block the chorus poison. So I'm just going to maintain it. Yeah, see? Yeah, chorus poison and the Falmer projectiles. Whoops, I did not mean to take your ears. You can have those back, good sir. Or madam. I can't tell. Okay, we'll need to reapply my barrier in a moment. Starting to think that 60 seconds might be a little bit too short of a duration. I just tripped over the remnants of that tripwire somehow. Yeah, 60 seconds might be a little bit too short, but hey, that's what playtesting is for, to figure that kind of stuff out. This is very much a new spell, not one that's gotten a huge amount of testing. Oh, wild magic. Summoned a skeever. Not as useful as a skeleton. Ow. Okay, archers still hurt real bad despite the iron flesh. I will have to keep that in mind. Okay, let's trip this tripwire. This time jump over it so we don't trip again. Ow! What? Just ignore my skeleton, why don't you, you bitch? Try it again. I hate archers. Have I ever mentioned that? I especially hate Falmer archers. They shouldn't be as accurate as they are. I get echolocation is kind of how they see and how they aim, but still. It's just an insta-kill. So I have to be a bit more strategic here. There he is. And just go for you first. Anybody else want some? No? Okay. Let's let our magicka regenerate a little bit. Just get our ward going. Or a barrier, rather. There we go. Oh, I love this spell so much, the barrier. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I think it's one of my new favorites from my spell mod. Speaking of, the duration expired. Maybe I should incorporate some kind of visual effect for when it expires, because that's the one thing that I've noticed. I'm having a little bit of a hard time figuring out when it expires. That's a Falmer. Have a skeleton. Or I can just deal with you, that's fine. Oh, I didn't get the barrier up fast enough that time. Oh, now's not the time, animation mod. It was doing that thing where it was having a hard time actually charging the spell. Besides that, this animation mod's very good. So I don't mind if it occasionally does that, but that was a very inopportune moment. How's the duration on this? Oh, it's expired. Yeah, I might have to lengthen that duration. It's a bit too short, I think. Okay, that was not up fast enough. Where's Lucian? I'll summon him when we get down here. I don't want to summon him mid-fight. That feels a little cheap. You know what? Go down there, Morris. Or, Morris? That's me. Magnus. That's a poison AoE. Well, magic. Okay, I think we're clear for now. Maybe. Combat music is still going. Okay. There you are. Okay, that's about to expire. Oops. Right, that's them dealt with. Oh, funny thing, I forgot Arcanist's torch after making a big deal about it last time. Oops. Sorry about that, viewers.
The Falmer were here in Skyrim long before the Nords, though they were prouder and nobler back then. They haven't aged well.
Yeah, they haven't. Oh, there you are. Ugh. You're pretty horrible, aren't you? Oh, you managed to hit me from behind. Where are my friends? Well, my friend and my summon, I should say. I don't think Magnus and I are really friends. Ah, there you are. Lucian, keep up. Up there you are. That's a big chorus. Oops. That is not the spell I meant to equip. Did Magnus already die?
A little.
I got him, Lucian. Oh, great, we got this guy. At least you'll be a distraction, if nothing else. Okay. I think that was all of them. Yeah, that kind of doesn't bode well for the whole family, which I just realized I didn't actually find any of them. Don't think I was looking hard enough. Water walking also might have been beneficial to use in this dungeon, because there's been a water level that I've been wading through for a little while, which has been slowing me down a little bit. I also think from just testing out the new visuals for this Arcanist Torch spell, I need to make the orange light a little bit more noticeable, because Kind of hard to notice. Maybe it's just the ice in the cave being kind of bluish that's throwing it off. But this is supposed to have an orangish tint to it. So I'm going to have to tweak that color a little bit more. Okay, here's a backpack with some stuff.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I guess we're done here in this basement. I guess we can give Habd a good send-off, throwing his remains into the lighthouse fire. Better than leaving him in the stomach of a chorus. Kind of a proper burial. Also, we can headcanon that Morris and Lucian bring her up too. Because he wouldn't want to just leave her there. The blizzard is still going by the looks of it. Sailor's Repose. Healing spells cure 10% more. That's nice. Yeah, let's get our Arcanist Torch dispelled. Yeah, even though the blizzard's still going, I don't think Morris wants to spend very much time in this lighthouse. It's pretty horrible, isn't it? So we're just going to warm up and then probably head out for the ruin. Yeah, there's a fire. That works. Task failed successfully. I was going to blast out of the way with Eldritch Flame, but Wild Magic had a different idea. It has been proccing a lot recently. Did I forget to perhaps change the value? No, it's still set to 50. Okay. Might up that to 75 because I feel like I've been getting it a lot. Definitely needed to take a little bit of a break after this recording. My voice is kind of failing me, even though I have been hydrating a little bit. Okay, we are nice and warm now. But I suppose that's where I'm going to end this episode. I know it's slightly shorter, but it feels good ending it at the end of this dungeon. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.